So hi guys, welcome back to today's video. So today's topic will be about 4 investing money making tips that I wish I had known earlier. So making money is a very exquisite type of feeling. It's a different kind of high that is hard to describe. I'm sure that for people who understand what I mean will be able to relate to what I'm saying. So seeing the numbers in your bank account or in your wallet grow is a very satisfying thing to see. So as someone who is obsessed with personal finance and investing, I read a lot of articles, books, videos, podcasts about money making tips, investment tips, strategies to retire early, things like that. So here are some things that from my personal experience that I want to share that I wish I had known earlier, and I hope that it's able to bring some value and give you all a different kind of experience that you all might not have experienced it yourself. So the first tip that I wish I had known earlier is a very basic and common thing that some people might feel that it's weird to not know this. So it's you have to have enough money first before you can invest, and your returns are correlated to how much you have, so don't expect your return to be high when you're just starting off with a smaller amount of capital. So it sounds so freaking obvious, but when I was younger, I underestimated this effect of compounding interest and this effect of returns depending on your capital. So I've seen people, usually teens or young adults, asking in forums, social media about how to invest, and they sort of get disappointed when they hear about how they can't generate a huge sum of money with their limited capital they're starting off with. So what I mean is that it doesn't mean that you can't start off with a small capital. You definitely can, but please don't have too much expectations on how much you can generate with the small amount of capital you have. So let's say, for example, you are starting off with 100 ringgit, 500 ringgit. Don't expect to be able to generate thousands of ringgit down the year, because that's just not realistic. Of course, when you happen to get lucky, yes, you can, but it's not going to be sustainable. So instead, focus on growing your capital and at the same time making good investment decisions, and eventually, slowly but surely, you will get to the point where your returns are big enough for you to feel satisfied, and you will eventually be able to achieve the investing target that you set for yourself. So the second money making tip that I wish I had known earlier would be you have to pick one to do first between saving money and earning money. Of course, a lot of people will say that why not do both at the same time? And a lot of people know that you have to make more money by investing, and you have to save more money to have more money to invest. But when you think about the core values of yourself, eventually you will sway towards a certain side. Either you are more keen on saving money, or you are more keen on earning more money and investing and growing more money. So ideally, if you want to have more money, of course you should do both. But for many people, myself included, when you start off with, it's rather difficult and unrealistic to do both at the same time with the limited time and energy you have. So eventually you will go back to your default system, be it whether it's saving money or earning money. And of course, that's understandable, because imagine doing both at the same time. Let's say you have a full-time job, 9 to 5, 9 to 6. Then in order to do both at the same time, you have to do something like cooking your meals and bringing your meals to work every day to save money, and then taking time off on the weekend or even after work to be a Grab driver on the side. That's the way to earn more money. So that's how you can do both. But doesn't that sound extremely tiring and daunting? I doubt many people will be able to do that, and personally, I have to be honest and say that I won't be able to do that. So of course, you should go back to starting off with one first, and knowing that you can build up one step at a time before eventually getting good at it and being able to do both at the same time. So that's why I made this pros and cons list for you to decide which one to start off with. So the pros of saving money is that it's easy and intuitive to start. You don't need skills. You just need to cut back on unnecessary entertainment spending or simply stay at home more often. And the other pro of saving money is that it can be turned into fun lifestyle experiences. So for example, what I did for myself at one point of time was to challenge myself with cooking different sort of exquisite or weird things with the limited amount of capital I set aside for my grocery shopping. So as the quote says, it's not how much you can earn, but it's how much you can save. So that is also another thing that everyone should keep in mind, and that's the pros of saving money as well. So we go to the cons of saving money. So it's impossible to do that if you're currently not earning any income at all. So let's say you're a student, Of course, your parents might give you pocket money, but how much more can you save from that? And there's also only so much you can cut from your budget until everything becomes expenses that is essential. Then it's also hard to sustain for some people with various different financial commitments or financial issues. And there are also some people that have hard money spending habits that is difficult to break, like for example smoking. So let's go to the other spectrum, which is earning money, and go over the pros and cons. So the pros of earning money is there's no ceiling, there's no cap, you have technically unlimited income earning potential, and it's easy to sort of enter the gig and freelancing economy and become a freelancer. There's tons of opportunities out there. There's also the opportunity to turn your hobby into a source of income, turn something you like into something money making. And if done well, will bring a lot of satisfaction and fulfillment to your life. So it comes naturally for some people because some people just have these skills to be able to turn their hobby into a freelancing job. The cons of earning money, on the other hand, is that high-paying gigs are practically non-existent if you have a high expectation for your freelancing job on the side. And it's also hard for people to find time and the capital, the equipment, the context to sort of build up a side income. And mindset matters as well, because some people with a very fixed mindset tends to give up very easily. So if not done well, trying to get a second source of income might instead affect your relationships and health. So my natural default when I was younger was definitely to start with saving money, which I believe is the case for most Malaysians as well, because it's sort of inbuilt into our brain by our teachers, by our families, friends and peers that saving money is important. It's a good trait to have since young. So naturally, most of us would sway towards saving money first, and that's why I started implementing money saving tips when I was younger, before I implemented strategies to sort of earn more income. So it's important to know that you cannot get to financial freedom just by doing either of the steps, but you have to eventually do both to be able to get there. It doesn't matter which way you take, because at the end of the day, the final destination is the same, which is retiring early and having financial freedom to do the things that you want. The third tip that I wish I had known earlier was that when in doubt, try it out. So it's hard to visualize or imagine how you can make money from certain thoughts that you have in your mind without trying it out. So you just have to take the action, because you never know what that might bring you or where you might go with that. So for example, personally, I never thought that I would be making money from doing translation work, because I just never thought about it that this was a money-making opportunity. Until one day, at some point in time, I just decided, hey, there's this opportunity, why not I try applying for this translating job. And since the day that I got it, and it has been a rather fulfilling experience in the sense that I'm able to make money on the side based off of my skills that I had since young. So for most of the successful people be it in their career or businesses, most of the time it's not by luck. A lot of them will have failed and tried a lot of things before they hit their jackpot. So each failure is like a lesson, and like Thomas Edison puts it, I have not failed, I have merely found 10,000 ways that don't work. So you should be positive and constantly try out things that you think can work or things that you're interested in, because you never know when you might hit your jackpot in life. So the last tip that I'll be going over would be correlated to the third point, which is less talk, more action. So you have to excuse my bluntness, but the truth is a lot of people think too much and have very good thoughts, but they never make enough money because they just don't take the action to do it. They always have an excuse for why they can't do it, instead of looking at ways of how they can do it. So the fact is, people don't know what they have to do to make the money when they are spending their time complaining. So I know this because I was a complainer myself back then, and it's a lot more under control now, but I still sometimes complain about different things in life, and I feel that that's completely normal. You just have to understand that instead of finding more time to complain, try to find more time, use that time to do something that you can change your life with. So if I could go back in time, I wish I had spent less time complaining and more time actually doing things that could have changed my life. So let me give you some examples, some common examples in Malaysia. So a lot of people will complain about the high cost of living in Malaysia. So instead of doing that, why not try to do more things and save and earn more money? Instead of complaining that salaries are low, try to, in your free time, build up a different set of skills. Try and upskill yourself and switch to certain industries that might be able to pay you more based on the skills that you have. instead of complaining that the government is not doing enough or about all sorts of problems that they have or that life is unfair, unfortunately, all these are not things that we can change. Make the effort to create the opportunities to sort of grow yourself and scout for things that you can actually do. Of course, it doesn't sound as easy as it seems, but it's a good place to start by tweaking and changing your mindset, and you'll realize that you will see a lot of things differently. So with that being said, we have come to the end of the video. So thank you all for watching, and please do leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and do leave a comment down below for what you think and if you have any experiences that you would like to share as well. So thank you all for watching, and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.